Welcome to another edition of Friday at 4:20. My name is Mike Neighbors, and over the next 40 minutes, we are going to make you laugh, or at least we'll give it our best chance. We hope you're having a great day, and we have a very special Mother's Day edition of Friday at 4:20. In fact, there's a mother in the house, and already my favorite guest we've ever had on the show. She brought me cookies. And she loves Patrick Swayze, and her name is Cathy Mercanti. How are you, Cathy?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. It's great to meet you.
Thank you. Great to meet you.
You are Patrick Coppolino's mom?
I am.
Yeah? You're admitting that in public?
I'm admitting it. Yeah, I am.
Wow, that is awesome. This is your first time on the show, obviously.
Yep.
We've had your husband on.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Yes.
Ex-husband.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Patrick's dad.
We've had
That's
Patrick's
why she's happy.
Is that a better way to put it? We've had Patrick's dad on. We'll just edit that part out.
No, it's all good. It's
Cathy, it is great that you could be here for our Mother's Day edition of the show.
Thank you.
I should start off by introducing the rest of the panel. I got excited about introducing Cathy because she brought me cookies. Over on my right, it is Patrick Coppolino. How are you, Patrick?
Buongiorno.
Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for bringing your mom along.
Yeah.
We'll have a special little Mother's Day edition. In the middle, it's always Manolis Zontanos. How are you, Manolis?
Good, Tikanis.
Yeah, take an E, my friend.
I have to say, Cathy, you look like you've lost some weight. Are you like exercising or something? You look
No.
Thanks to Weight Watchers. Yes.
All right, so
yes.
I just wanted to let
Thank you, Manolis.
I just want to let you know that I noticed.
Very nice,
That
Manolis.
figures that he notices that.
Yeah, exactly. How is it? Weight Watchers that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's working.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a member for so long, on and off, since I was 15.
Right.
But it's the only thing that really works because it's real food, and you have to modify what you eat and exercise, and you can have everything. It's just moderation.
Is it expensive?
It's about $63 a month.
That's
That's
not
not
that
bad.
expensive.
I don't think that's bad.
No.
No, not for your health.
So you augment some of the things they send you with some of your own food, or you just use your own food?
Oh, no, it's all real food. It's all real food, but I go to the meetings every week. That's where you're more successful. The meetings
Support, right?
and going with a friend.
Yes. Manolis goes to meetings as well, but it hasn't helped him stop drinking yet. We are hopeful, though.
That's where he learns all his tricks.
That's where
Yeah,
he
yeah.
learns the tricks. He's the guy sitting in the back going, yeah, I've only taken 2 steps. Can you help me fill this
He's
Coke
like, are we
bottle
allowed
up with
to have
rye?
pop at the meetings?
Yeah, can I have pop with me at the
I'm
meeting?
drinking a Coca-Cola, right?
Oh,
As far as
yeah,
all
right.
perception, what you
have
see, man.
Everybody fooled, man. Don't worry about it. All right, what do you say we get into our game? We're going to talk a little bit about what it's like being Patrick's mom later on the show, because that's a topic unto itself. But first, let's get into the Plinko. Cathy, I'm going to ask you to Plinko first as our special guest here in the studio.
All right.
Step on up and drop a Plinko puck, and we'll get your first topic underway on Friday at 4:20, Mother's Day edition. A shout-out to all the moms out there. It is topic number 2. Cathy Mercanti, famous movie or TV show that everyone talks about that you've never seen. What's one of those movies or TV shows everybody's like,
Easy.
oh, my God, you got it. And you go,
Easy.
No. Okay.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, wow. In a previous episode of Friday at 4:20, we spent quite a lot of time on Game of Thrones and a whole room of people who hadn't seen it. So there's nothing. You got nothing on Game of Thrones.
Sorry.
Any interest in seeing it at all? No,
that
nothing?
type of TV show does not appeal to me at all.
Doesn't appeal to you? And yet you go through this time period where everybody's talking about it, and it feels like everybody must be watching it. But guess what? They're not. You know, you're not the only
true.
one, Cathy.
That's true.
Manolis Zontanos, movie or TV show, famous one that everybody talks about having seen that you've never seen.
E.T.
E.T.
What?
Yeah, I've never seen E.T.
That's weird that you just pulled that one out of nowhere.
Because everybody freaks. I remember
Great movie.
everybody's,
A classic.
but everybody's like E.T. and Days of Thunder.
No, nobody saw Days of Thunder.
Movies that everybody's talking about.
Okay.
Nobody ever talked about Days
All right,
of Thunder.
I never saw that one either.
Well, no, you
bad as
E.T. like
Waterworld.
everybody's like
A
you never saw
Waterworld.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
another
Yeah.
one.
You never saw
Bad.
E.T.? How did you not see E.T.? I'm like, I don't know. I was busy watching Dirty Dancing, man.
You really wanted to get that in, didn't you? You just couldn't wait.
I love.
You couldn't
My
wait. You had to crack that
favorite.
topic open. He was saying before, hey, we got to talk about this.
Yeah,
we got to
yeah,
tell you.
yeah.
This is good. First opportunity. Hey, Patrick? Yeah, first opportunity. All right, let's just shed some light. Patrick's actually mentioned it on the show before. Cathy, apparently Patrick got his name because you have a certain fascination with a certain actor.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And was it the movie that Manolis always highlights as his favorite Patrick Swayze movie, Dirty Dancing? Was that the one that put you over the top on Patrick Swayze?
Absolutely. And it's funny because we had no name for him until I saw that movie. And we didn't know if it was a boy or girl, and everybody kept telling me it was a girl. But after I saw
And
that
they weren't
movie,
wrong.
That was after I was born.
Yes.
Well,
Which,
whatever.
The balding and the beard really is throwing off the game. And so you were kind of you just there was nothing, and then you saw
Yeah.
Dirty Dancing.
Yep.
And
That was it.
Now, were you a fan of Patrick Swayze before Dirty Dancing? I mean, do you have any
Not
recollection
so much.
of?
Yeah, a little bit, but
Okay.
that movie just put it over the top.
And what was it about that movie?
I don't know. He was just
Like
so,
the classic lines,
it's
like nobody
everything.
puts baby in the corner. Like,
yeah, I love that line.
oh, no,
love it.
nobody
Love it.
loves that line.
I love it.
Yeah, and he's like too. He's
so
like
cool.
he's just young enough to be in the movie, but he's
Yeah.
a little kind of too old too. So it's like if you have daddy issues, it's also perfect.
That's true. That's true.
Right?
That's true. Mine died when I was 8, so could be.
now here's a movie that nobody talks about, or not much. He was actually really good in a movie called The Outsiders. I know you ever saw The
I
Outsiders.
haven't seen that one.
You
I'm
should
ashamed to say I
you
haven't
you
seen
need to
that
see The
one.
Outsiders because he was excellent in that movie.
Young and-
Roadhouse.
young and
I like
hot.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, he was young and hot in The Outsiders. Yes, Roadhouse was another classic Swayze movie,
But I think Dirty Dancing, he was young, hot, and the dance moves. Oh my God.
and the music, and
And
that
the
thing was just a
music, it was
giant.
just
It was a
perfect.
giant movie.
And that
right?
scene, do you like that scene when she's like, I'm afraid? It's like you're not afraid of anything. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm afraid you're gonna walk out the door and I'm never gonna see you. I'm never gonna feel the way I feel like I'm with you. And they play that song and
Yes.
then they bang.
It's
You've
Manolis'
seen that
movie
way
reviews.
too many times.
We're
Manolis.
doing Manolis' movie
All his
reviews.
reviews end with, and then they bang.
Yeah.
They bang. All right. Well. Oh my.
What?
Patrick, how do you feel about being named for Patrick Swayze? Is that are you
I'm
you were
used
over
to
it now? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it weird at some point? Because it's such. Here's the odd thing, right? Patrick Swayze became kind of this weird kind of iconic figure, right? Where people
Yes.
would mock him so much and make
Yes.
fun of him. And, I mean, he had an acting career and he was perfectly fine. He seemed like a perfectly nice guy. But he became kind of a joke. And now your son is named for the joke.
And he's a joker, so it's
Well,
perfect.
that's true. Yeah. So was there a period of time where you're kind of like, okay, nobody can know this. Nobody can know.
No,
that this.
well, like I talk about it on stage too. I used to. I thought it was cool when I was a kid because
Right.
I knew he was a movie star.
Right.
And then when I realized why she liked him so much, it was weird.
that became uncomfortable.
I never told you that. I never told you that.
Nobody puts mommy in the corner.
That's right.
All right. Let's get to our. What were we? I lost track of what.
The movie one.
Oh yes.
No.
Patrick. We got stuck on Manolis' E.T. and Days of Thunder. A movie or TV show everybody talks about having seen that you have never seen.
Dirty Dancing.
I don't know.
No, I've seen it. I've seen
You
it.
had to have seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
No choice.
Patrick, honey, come here. Mommy wants you to watch a movie.
Yeah. I've never seen The Wire.
The Wire?
Everyone was talking about that.
You know what?
People still
You
reference
love
it.
that
So
one?
good. So good.
Okay,
I love
I've
it.
never seen it.
And
Love
I
it.
only watched one episode of it. I had trouble understanding. I had
Yeah.
trouble understanding. The language was
You gotta
so
persevere.
raw and off the street. Do you?
It's a great
If I stuck with
series.
it?
Great series.
Because the one that I always comes to my mind, it was Breaking Bad. I never
Yeah.
saw Breaking Bad.
I
And
didn't start watching that till
I've
the
heard
last
everyone
season.
talk about.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Till the last. Well, it was when the last season was airing. It was when I started watching Breaking Bad because everyone was talking about it. So I was like,
I
it
gotta
took
see
me a
this.
few times to try it. Yeah, I got through the first 3 episodes a couple times.
You
and then,
loved
and then
it.
afterwards, I was obsessed. I
That's
watched,
it.
watched the whole 6 seasons in like 3 days.
That's one of those. So I've got to watch Breaking Bad.
Yep.
Okay. You've got to watch The Wire.
Yep.
Manolis
E.T.
Manolis has to watch Days of Thunder.
Ricky Gervais's new thing on Netflix is really worth watching too. You see that one? Where like he's like wants to kill himself?
That's not the topic, Manolis.
No, we're just
Thank
talking
you,
about
Cathy.
awesome things to watch.
Thank you, Kathy. It's nice having another adult in the room.
Afterlife, yeah.
Awesome.
All right. I will watch E.T.
Okay, you watch E.T.
I'll watch it with you.
And Kathy doesn't have to watch Game of Thrones. We're not going to make her
No.
do that. No,
Won't
she
happen.
will not.
Good. Thank you.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. Manolis, drop the Plinko puck. That one got a little messy. But I'm sure these next topic will be much cleaner.
Breaking Bad's amazing.
I understand that, Manolis. So's E.T., you freak.
Yeah.
Number 2. Okay.
No, we've only done
Well,
one
we did
topic.
2. That was
did
the only.
number
That was the
2.
one we did.
Can we do 9?
We can do 9. Yeah, absolutely. As Kathy's now finding out, the numbers really are meaningless. It's just random topics that nobody knows. Nobody knows our random topics.
Nope.
I'm the
That's
only
true.
person who knows them. And here's a. It's not really a Mother's Day topic, but sort of, because moms are usually in charge of our nutrition. Where's the best burger? Best burger you've ever had, Manolis?
Best burger. You know what? Honestly, my favorite burgers, believe it or not, are just Wendy's.
Wendy's, that's fine. Nobody said it had to be something, some one-off place or something.
Yeah.
Wendy's
when
burgers,
I feel like a
you
burger,
love
I don't know
Wendy's?
what is like Baconator.
Double
I don't know what it
cheese?
is.
Or
more
the Baconator?
I like the Baconator,
Okay.
but it's just like
That's your
there's
favorite.
Something good about that.
That's
man.
your
It's
favorite, man.
delicious.
Wendy's Baconator. Awesome. Patrick Coppolino, favorite burger?
Well, for fast food, probably Harvey's.
Oh, Harvey's.
I like Harvey's.
Harvey's is fantastic, yeah. Any other place you've been where it's just like the best burger you ever
Well,
had?
everyone always talks about In-N-Out Burger in L.A.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
a go-to.
Have you ever had?
I have had it a bunch of times. Yeah, it is really good, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite.
Okay, all right. So, Manolis, that's just really good, but it's still not.
It's really good, but it's just like it's so crazy there. Like you're waiting like almost a half an hour for like
You're
it's
like not in and out
it's
real
like-
fast.
No, you look when you go there, you're like shocked.
Is this an ironic name? Kathy.
I would have to say Wahlburgers Thanksgiving burger. Amazing.
Oh.
Hands down, the best burger I've ever had in my life. When I go off program, that's where I go.
That's where you're.
program.
And the fellas who own Wahlburgers not bad
Love
looking
'em.
either, eh?
Oh my God, yeah. That's a
The
great show,
Wahlberg
too.
boys.
Yes.
Where there was a Wahlburgers in Toronto, right?
In Toronto, yeah.
Okay, you got to go to Toronto to
Yeah,
get that, and it's
yeah.
called the Thanksgiving Burger.
Yep.
And you got
It's got stuffing and cranberries and turkey burger.
Really?
Oh, it's so good.
So it's a turkey patty.
Yep.
With all the stuff.
my favorite,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness, the Thanksgiving burger at Wahlberg's. All right, Wahlburgers. Sorry. Excellent. That's a good round. Patrick Coppolino, get up and drop a Plinko puck. We now we're getting hungry in here. I'm going to break into Kathy's cookies soon.
That's never happened.
Oh,
You should buy a lottery
Slipped out,
ticket,
but it was
Patrick.
number 8.
Number 8 slipped out on number 8. Oh my goodness! Usually the only slipping out done around here is by Manolis. So mixing another drink in the hall. Our special guest is Cathy Mercanti, Patrick Coppolino's mom. It's our Mother's Day edition of the show. Here's a good topic for moms. Patrick, it's your topic though.
Okay.
What's your favorite part of a wedding? If you're going to a wedding, what's your favorite part of the wedding?
The booze.
You don't want to slide around, maybe something, I don't know, maybe a best man speech or something. You're just going to go straight for the free bar?
The booze and the food, actually.
That figures.
Food, midnight
food.
buffet.
Food. Oh, the midnight
And,
buffet.
open
Now
bar.
that's see the midnight buffet, right? Because when you've been, and usually weddings start early, and you're into the sauce, and it's free, so you end up more than you should be,
Yeah.
and then they roll some food out at 11:00. That is the best feast you'll have. Manolis, favorite part of a wedding?
Speech.
The speech.
The speech, because
no.
I love the speech because I will like sometimes I'll let the general public will like, is there anybody else, and they'll pass the mic around, and I have a
Always have something to say.
well it's like stock. I use it at every wedding.
Oh, what can you tell us? Or
Yeah,
you don't want
I
to
just
share
go
it
like
with the public?
I'm watching my two friends that just got married, and I'm like, looking at them. I'm thinking myself in my head, I'm like, oh my God, seeing this love is so amazing. And I thought to myself, you know what? I think I too want to get married. But then I thought to myself, I don't have a girlfriend. So if any girls are interested
Oh, brother.
in starting a new love, I am ready to make a baby
Oh
tonight.
my Lord!
You're not
That
desperate, eh?
Does that work?
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes?
Sometimes it does. It just, yeah, it's just being stupid and silly, and
Sure
sometimes,
it is. And
Sometimes,
it makes it's funny, right?
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
say it in a funny way,
Yeah.
and you're having
People
fun.
like it,
Everybody
yeah.
gets it.
Yes.
And you're like, sort of the weird uncle in the weird shirt over there. I mean, everybody understands you're not normal.
Yeah. It's pretty. Before I talk, anyways.
Something weird's going to happen here. That's very cool. So you enjoyed the speeches done by. Have you ever had to give a best man speech?
Yeah, I had to do it for my brother.
Did you mess it up?
No, I started.
You killed?
I tell people do this. This is another trick. I go.
Yeah.
Usually, when you're the best man, you're supposed to tell you're supposed to talk to the guy about to get married. It's like, are you sure you know what you're doing? Do you want to do this? For some reason, I find myself talking to the bride to be and going, "Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
Do you want to do this?"
Are you sure? Patrick, have you had to give a best man speech?
No, but I emceed my sister's wedding.
Oh, okay. And that went well?
Yeah.
Yeah?
He did really well.
Did really
yeah.
well?
It was good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Didn't make too much fun of your sister?
I did.
Oh, yeah. Everybody loved it. That's your sister Sam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Are they still married?
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Did you ever tell him where her name came from?
Where did Sam's name come from?
Bewitched.
Samantha.
Oh,
But she-
wow. You
so-
were big
I
on the
clearly
TV.
watched too
Yes,
much
you
TV.
go
The
on.
only other name she had for me was Darren.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And people
I
are
said I
like,
should've
that's
done that. I
They're
should've done
siblings
that.
or they're married on the show. You can't name your two
That would have been
kids.
funny. That would have been
Samantha.
funny.
Oh,
Darren.
if you were Darren, that would have been
Like,
outstanding.
Samantha, Darren, come in for dinner.
Oh.
You have to name one of your albums Darren.
Because wasn't there, I'm dating myself now about Bewitched, wasn't there, didn't they call him Durwood for a while or something?
The
or
mother-in-law called him Durwood because she
Durwood.
didn't like him.
That's right.
And Dora,
yes.
the mother-in-law.
Oh, yes. So his name, so Darren became Durwood by the mother-in-law.
Yes.
That's right. Cathy, aside from naming babies after TV characters, what's your favorite part of a wedding?
I'd have to say the food. I'm a huge foodie. I love to cook.
Yeah, and
Love
a good,
to bake,
you know what? And they
so-
serve some good food at some weddings.
Yes.
Yes.
And be careful if you invite me to a wedding. I would be the worst critic.
Oh, really?
And I worked in the industry for many, many years.
So you're like,
So,
yeah, I know
yeah.
what's going on with
And
this.
I love it. Yeah, I love a good food. I really appreciate good
Excellent.
food.
Do you cry at weddings?
I do.
Do you? Yeah.
do.
Yeah. How about
do.
I'm not even going to ask those guys.
I cry in general.
When he doesn't get a date at a wedding, probably cries.
Sometimes he just curls up in the fetal position over in the corner and cries during the show here. This is Friday at 4:20. Our special guest is Cathy Mercanti, Patrick's mom. Whose turn is it to Plinko and drop a Plinko Pucko? We're back to Cathy. All right, Cathy, get up there.
What do you do when you how much money you give at a wedding? Like when you were
Supposed to give the value of the meal
But what do you do? I
And
usually
plus a gift.
plus a gift.
I just give
Isn't that the
Italian
gift?
way is off the chart.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm not
You're
Italian.
munch cake. Yeah, you're munch cake.
We're like going, what's the cost of the meal?
I usually give 200.
Whoa.
Is that not
That's
enough?
very- That's very
way,
generous.
way below.
Really?
Way below.
Very generous.
Wow, I thought it
That's
was
very
being
By
good.
Italian standards, you're cheap.
Yeah. By
I know
Dutch-
my trick.
What's-
Most of the weddings I've been to, I haven't been able to
Empty
afford a gift.
envelope.
Yeah.
No, I learned from making the mistake of giving a card with no gift in it. So now I just don't give them a card. So when they're doing the things,
Yeah.
they won't remember.
They just don't remember, right?
Yeah,
Process of
exactly.
elimination.
I thought this is another thing I do. I buy a card when I buy the card with the $200 in it. I buy a card it's a 50-year anniversary card.
Oh,
And I write,
right.
I go and I say,
saw that online
Yes.
that you did it for your friend's wedding.
yeah,
That was awesome. I love
What?
that. It
Who
was
did-
the comedian.
Giannis?
Giannis.
He
yeah.
posted it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Or
that.
somebody talked about it online. That's where I saw it, and I know that you gave it to
So
him.
I write this and I go like,
It was
I reason
awesome.
I bought this card is because I know from 50 I see the truth. You guys are
That's
truly
very
in love,
cool.
and 50 years from now you will look at this card and smile.
Right.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I like
the
that.
girls love it.
That's, you know what? It's such a touching, romantic gesture, and yet you have turned it into something dirty and evil. I know it.
Yeah.
I know you, Manolis
No,
Zontanos.
but
did it
no, listen,
to
I'm not
impress
going on a
his
date
friend's
with you,
wife.
right?
To impress his friends. Well, yeah, exactly. He was like, well, you know what? I could
case
score
it-
with her if she
In
breaks
case
up
it
with him.
doesn't work out, right?
At least Manolis believed in us.
Yes, yes.
Good one.
Oh, plus there's a really good chance Manolis won't be around in 50
Good
years
point.
to wish you a happy 50th wedding anniversary. All right, where I'm lost track again.
Number one.
Number one. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. This show is always going off the rails on me. Okay, so if you're trying to impress someone of the opposite sex, what do you say? If you're trying to impress someone of the opposite sex, what are you going to say, Cathy, to impress someone of the opposite sex?
It's been way too long.
Well, I know.
I
but
don't
you gotta,
know.
look at Manolis' eyes right now.
Tell them what you said to me when you're walking up the stairs that one day.
What was that? I don't remember.
You guys were helping me move furniture into my place that was like on the 3rd floor. We were going up the stairs.
Uh-huh.
Look at Manolis grinning.
You're in front of us walking up the stairs, and we're like carrying this heavy cow. No, it was like the baby bed or something like. And she goes, "Stop looking at my bum."
You're funny. I don't remember that at all.
Oh, I remember that because you know why? Because I was looking at your bum.
Well, there you go.
That
See?
figures.
That's actually not a bad thing to say, right? Stop
guess.
looking at my
I
bum.
guess.
All right.
You could
There
feel
you
my
go.
eyes. What was the
Manolis,
question?
what are you going to say to try to impress? You've just met somebody of the opposite sex who you'd like to impress. What are you going to say to impress them? Not to freak them out, not to scare them away. What are you going to say to impress them? I can bench press 400 pounds. What are you going to, like, you know, something like that? What do
The
you
best
got?
thing you could do right now is leave.
Oh, wow. Oh, because you want the ones who like the dangerous boys.
No, I only will disappoint her. So I'm thinking, if
chance.
I really care about her, I should tell her just to find someone
Just
else.
run right now.
Trust me, it won't work
Yes,
out. You'll hate me.
yes.
Sooner than later.
I've laid my one good eye on you. Look out.
Yeah, maybe just like I don't know. I think my one trick is, and it sounds cheesy when you say trick, but just not to try to have sex with them. Just try to like actually talk to them and listen. People really, I'm telling you, man, you like girls
This
love
is
it.
the gold that we
Girls
get. He spins the gold every week. Love this gold.
They
Oh
love
my
it.
God.
They
Don't
love-
talk to them like you want to have sex with them right now.
right now.
This is
later.
my
Yeah.
this is my advice.
If you paint a fence, you have to primer it before you have to put the actual paint.
Oh yeah.
God.
So all you do, listen.
This is
But
the gold.
The trick is you can't just.
no,
here's the
I
thing.
know.
You can't. The trick is you can't just pretend to listen. You're not listening, but you can't listen with an agenda.
No,
even though that there is one.
Oh.
Even though there is one, but you
my
have to
goodness.
listen and really care.
That
and,
is Patrick, are you paying attention to this?
and
'Cause
then
this is
eventually
gold,
they'll
my
say something
friend.
like, I've talked so much about myself. I don't know anything about you. It's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
What? Tell me more about
Yeah.
your family. Tell me more.
Because
about
if I tell you anything about me, it's going to be that I want to have sex with you.
And as soon as I start telling you about my life, you're gonna leave anyways.
You're running.
So I'd rather them talk.
You're running. Patrick Coppolino, you met somebody. You want to impress them. What are you going to say?
I always remember that quote from Marilyn Monroe: that if you can make a girl laugh, you can make her do anything.
Oh,
So
nice.
something funny.
Yeah, something funny, right? That's so
you
much
go.
simpler than where Manolis took us down a road.
Much more complicated.
Hey,
So see, like
he's
it's
a more
like
complicated
facade.
fellow, though.
He always seems like he's such a gentleman, but he's just it's all a trick. It's calculated. He's
Smoke and
he's
mirrors.
just doing it because he knows he's playing the long game.
So if you want to impress them, yeah. You have to listen to them, but don't pretend to listen to them. Really listen to them.
But it's like it's tricky. It's funny. It's like you ever like listen to like I do this because I listen to Zoomer radio.
Sure,
And you know
yeah.
what my favorite thing to do is listen to songs I don't even want. Like if I don't like the song, I'll still listen. So I'm training.
Training to listen to things I don't want to listen to. All right, whose turn is it to play? Oh, God. That was a great one. All right, it is Friday at 4:20. Cathy Mercanti, our special Mother's Day edition. Number 4, was that 4 you gave me there, buddy? Number 4, here we go. Number 4, Manolis Zontanos, your topic is, you've just discovered a time machine. Where do you go first?
Time machine.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. Eh?
That is a really good question. I'm really glad I thought of it.
I would.
So someplace in history you could think
Yeah,
of that
I
you'd
would-
really like to see? Someplace you go, oh, man, I always
know,
wish I could see.
I would love.
You know,
I don't know why this just sounds crazy. Maybe this. I don't know if this is a waste, but I would love to
to
go,
be on the set of E.T. when it's being made.
No, I'd like to go back to like some point before World War II and like find Hitler and just beat the
Oh,
shit out
well,
of him.
that's that's
That's a
a
good
perfect
one.
that's a
That's a
perfectly
good
Like
one.
I mean,
valid.
like and like beat like
Yeah,
physically
I know.
beat him up
Like,
and
hurt
then
him, hurt him bad,
and then
hurt him
but
bad.
hurt him and then kill him.
and then,
like,
well, sure, you'd never let him live.
yeah, but like just I've never
Well,
like,
that's-
I've
you know
always
what?
had a fantasy of like beating someone up
Right.
like to death
Right.
with my bare hands, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to be in jail. But if I could go back in time and
Right.
meet Hitler and just
Right.
like, sorry, dude, but
And when you have a
done.
fantasy of beating someone to death with your bare hands, let's just explore that for a moment. It's someone bad.
yeah, it's
Okay,
always something
good.
bad. It's
Okay.
always like.
It's not Patrick.
I always have like I have a wish list that if in case I find out
Oh.
I'm going to die in 6 months that I might do that. But
You know what? You know what show you'd like is Game of Thrones. There's a character named Arya Stark who keeps a list of the people that she's going to kill.
oh really?
Yeah.
Well, I
see?
think that's why
There's a
so
little
many
Game
people
of Thrones reference
like,
for you.
Dexter is the same kind of like.
That's
like
right.
he was-
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good show.
Dexter was a good show.
That
I
was a great show.
had an idea, like not like.
So it's not the violence of Game of Thrones that you're against, Kathy.
No, not at all.
I like the idea of like someone going to war, like joining the army because he secretly just likes to kill people, but
Right.
doesn't want to go to
But
jail
he wants to
for
do
it.
good with the.
No, he
killing.
just wants to kill people.
Right, okay, okay.
Well, he
No-
also wants
no-
to do good, I guess, too. But I don't want to kill someone. I just want to kill someone that pisses me off.
That really deserves it.
Yeah.
Hitler.
Hitler would
It's a
be
great
amazing.
choice.
Manolis, you really monopolized the floor here, right?
Well, he gets going on a topic. Hard to shake him. Patrick, what are you thinking, man? You got
First
a time
thing I
machine.
do?
You can go anywhere in your time machine. First thing you do.
First thing, I'd go forward until I found out how and when I died.
Oh,
And if it's preventable, then I know
He's
that.
always been obsessed with death. This
Really?
I just don't get it. Always.
it's the Mother's Day edition. That's what we're here to explore. Patrick's
There you go.
the inner Patrick. And why? Let's explore that
Always.
for a second. What are you a little fascinated by
yeah.
death?
I just always think I'm dying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Always.
okay.
Every time he was sick, he would always say that.
Okay,
Oh, yeah, I must
it's
have
like this is it.
Yeah,
you
I
don't
must
you
have
don't
cancer.
feel
Whatever.
like you have a lot of years.
No. I mean, now I kind of do. But
Okay.
there was a time, like especially like in my early 20s for sure. I'm
Yes.
like, I just had this weird feeling in my gut that like I'm not going to make it past 24, 25.
It's interesting. I got a friend who's the same way. He's
Really?
like always. He always used to say, "I won't live past 40," and he was convinced. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way he's living past 40. He's 52 now.
Wow.
So
There you
Yeah.
go.
so he cleared the hurdle, man.
There you go.
That's interesting. So you want to go forward, find out when you die and if it's preventable.
Yeah.
And then you're going to
'Cause if
come
it
back
is, then
and
I'll-
stop Manolis from doing that.
Yeah. No, just that would be the first thing I did. Get that out of the way, and then I'd go way back. I don't know. I want to
way
see
back.
dinosaurs and
Go,
stuff.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's what I was kind of thinking. What's the coolest
He
thing?
always
What's the-
loved Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Cathy Mercanti, mom of Patrick. What would you do with your time machine? What's the first thing you would do?
Let me see. Go back to the day Patrick was born.
Abort.
Don't tell Samantha.
That's it, eh?
No,
exactly.
I don't know.
Is there something in the past you think I would
to
love
be on
to
the
have
set of Dirty Dancing?
No,
I'm going
there
to be
you
really
go.
shallow.
There you
I'm going to be
go.
really shallow.
to meet Patrick
it's
Swayze
Genius.
in his prime, right?
I changed my mind.
Yes, that's it. And then
Yeah.
and then she'd sneak into the writers'
Yep.
room, change the lines, and
Dancing
nobody
with
puts
him.
Kathy in the corner.
Patrick would look a little different too, for sure.
I might have
That's right.
hair.
And be a really good dancer.
That's right. All right.
But
What
see,
if-
it's a funny topic because like she says she's gonna get on the set and he's gonna go beat up Hitler and stuff. But like I think Bill Burr talks about this somewhere. But like people think they just have a time machine. Oh, you're just gonna go back in time and then you're gonna be able to kill Hitler.
Yes.
Like there wasn't
Yes.
people alive then that wanted to, but you just couldn't.
Yes. Well, no, he's going to
My time machine's going to be putting me in front of Hitler. Well, it's if I'm going back in
very
history,
specific.
I can't pinpoint where exactly. I want to be in Hitler's room while he's sleeping.
Right. He's
Like-
very specific.
And
here.
let me ask you a question, Patrick. Do you think I can't kill Hitler?
He looked like a kind of a tiny, scrawny guy.
Do you
didn't
think I couldn't handle
he?
Hitler?
Yeah.
I bet one punching is down, and then the rest is just my heel.
You're wearing heels when you do it?
I'll buy heels for this. Yeah.
for this particular
Just
instance.
to throw him off.
I had a quick question for Kathy, our special guest. The movie Ghost.
Oh,
No, was that
second
like?
favorite. I think that's got to be my second.
Oh, is it? Okay, so it was Dirty
Love it.
Dancing and then Ghost, and then it
Love
blew
it.
your mind, right?
Absolutely.
Now you already had Patrick at that point.
Yes.
By the time Ghost came out,
I believe so.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I just was double checking.
Ghost is amazing.
Or would have been Ghost Coppolino.
Oh, speaking of that, you know the Righteous Brothers song?
Yeah.
That oh
Love it.
my darling, that song. I remember when I was a
Unchained
kid.
Melody.
Unchained
Yes.
Melody. That's it.
Played it
She
nonstop.
told me when I was a kid that when I get married, that would be our. She was said
Yes.
that would be the song that for the mother son dance.
Mother son
Yes.
dance. Yes.
And then I saw that movie, and that's like it's playing when they're both like
Well,
topless,
that song
making
came out
clay
way
together.
before it was used in the movie. It's a great song.
That's right.
Yeah, but you
Righteous
know what
Brothers.
the song means.
Yes. Yes. Well, in that particular instance,
It's a beautiful song. Come on.
nothing wrong with a mother and son's love.
Ditto.
All right. Whose turn is it to Plinko on the Plinko board? We've got a few minutes left here on Friday at 4:20. Special Mother's Day edition. Shout out to all the moms. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for naming your children for famous movie and TV stars so they have stories to tell their friends. It's awesome. I was named for my grandparents. That's boring.
Mike.
What?
8.
What's that?
8. Have we done
8, number 8. Here we go. Number 8. Topic number 8. Oh, we did it.
12.
12. Topic number 12. Random numbers. Here we go. Do you hit the snooze?
Yeah, a million times.
Do you? How many times, really? How many times on an average?
Well, I've gotten better at it, but I also set like 9 alarms because I'm afraid I'm not going to wake up.
Right.
He is
Like,
the
if it's
absolute
important.
Oh, really?
worst.
Yeah, so I'm a
That's
heavy
because you always
sleeper.
think you're going to die
Yeah.
in your sleep.
But I
Never
could,
wakes up.
I can sleep through a tornado. So, but then when it does go off, I hit snooze and then I hit it every time. But it doesn't really bother me. I don't get a great sleep, but like, yeah.
But you go back to sleep between each snooze.
Yeah.
Right? So do I. I mean, I go right out, like I'm gone, and then all of a sudden,
yeah.
and
But
I hit it
I
again.
could do that for like 3 hours.
Oh,
like every
okay,
10
you just keep
minutes,
doing
it's
it.
hit snooze.
The
yeah.
worst kid to get up during
Oh,
school, believe me.
Terrible.
Grade school, high school, worst.
Always. So he's always been like this.
Always.
Always slept
Yeah, but
like the dead.
She's also the person that like if
I'm
I have
so
to get up
punctual.
if I have to be up at 7, she'll open the door at 6 and be like, "It's 9 o'clock. Wait, get up! It's 9 o'clock."
That's a good move, Kathy. That's
Always,
it's a
yeah.
Mother's Day edition. That's a good parenting move. I like that. Absolutely. Manolis, do you hit the snooze before your cold shower?
Yes, I hit it once. and-
Always just once?
Usually once is the way. Usually
Okay.
I just wake up, but like I'm horrible, and I'm horrible. At
You're not a
waking up.
morning person.
I hate
You've adjusted. You have this evening lifestyle. You as well,
Yeah.
right, Patrick? I mean, you're
Yes.
mostly an evening person.
If you call me, and if it's like 4 or 5 or 6 a.m., I will answer it pretty well, like 99% of the time, because I know usually something bad is going on. So I'm like,
so
usually,
if your phone
I've-
rings, you know it's.
I have so many, like Patrick's called me, like tons of people have called me, and there's some chaos. I'm like, what? And what do I usually say when I answer the phone when you call me?
Any time of day, if I call him, he goes, "What's wrong?"
Well, that's interesting, Manolis, because we can put this to the test, right? Because I'm up every morning at 5 a.m. So that'd
there
be
you
Call me.
awesome. I'll just call you. Be like, what's going on?
Yeah, call me. I will
It'd be
answer.
horrible. So you hit the snooze once.
Once.
Kathy?
No, I do not.
You're not a snooze?
No, because to me it's like, what's another 5 minutes, 9 minutes? No, I'm a very punctual person too, so I'm
Right.
paranoid about getting up and being on time. I'm always extra early. And
Okay.
Always on time, so no, I don't use the snooze.
And your son does not have that?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
Brutal.
Did your daughter, Sam,
Yes.
she's the punctual one?
Oh, very punctual. She's just like me. And She
Okay.
gets so pissed off at him during school.
I betcha.
Because he would never get up, and they had to go to school together.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. She used to piss him off.
Now, do you set the alarm, your alarm clock, is it set ahead of time or is it set on time?
45 minutes ahead.
45 minutes!
Yep.
Oh.
It's a psychological
It
thing.
is.
but
That's
it
why
works.
when she says, because we always
Always.
wondered, why does she keep saying it's 8 o'clock when it's only like 7:15?
Yes,
That's
because
why.
her
I did
clock
that to
says
them when
8.
they were kids too, all the time. I always
Oh.
said it was a lot earlier than it was.
See, I try to explain to people that mine's set 20 minutes ahead, but it makes sense to me because as soon as if I'm kind of dozing and I look at the clock and then I'm like, what time is it? Because I know the clock's set ahead, but now I have to do math.
Yep.
And math wakes you up.
Yep.
So that's as soon as you're going, okay, it's 20 minutes, so it's not really the time. I take 20
It's
off
true.
and screw it, and I just get out of bed, right?
It's so true.
I
yeah,
hate
that's
math.
exactly what
That's
I do.
why you set the clock ahead. Because you hate math. All right, whose turn? Kathy, we got time for you to plinko one more time before you go. Our Mother's Day edition.
I think we did 7, right?
We did 7. 6. Oh, no, we didn't do 7. Oh, we haven't
Lucky
done
number
7 yet.
7.
Lucky number 7 for Cathy Mercanti. All right.
Uh-oh.
All right. So this one is interesting, Kathy. Meeting parents of your date. I wasn't expecting you to be here. So do you remember what it was like to meet the parents of your date? Ever meeting parents of your date? Or what it was like to have your children bring home a date and meeting
Yeah, that's
your
always
kids'
interesting.
date?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would be more,
that would be that's where I'm at in life as well. So I
Yes.
got to meet my daughter's boyfriends and
Yes.
haven't liked one of them yet.
Well, yeah, I remember when Marco first came around, Samantha's husband.
Polo. Did anybody do that to him? No, never, eh? Nobody ever
Yeah.
did that.
But anybody that came into our family, and then with Patrick's brought girlfriends around too, and I have a huge family. I have 8 brothers and sisters, and there's, like,
Right.
so many nieces and nephews and cousins, and So yeah, it was pretty intimidating for that other person, I could imagine. So, but we always, most people fit in pretty good.
Well, you have to kind of, and this is my own going through this myself, but you kind of have to take a little step back. I mean, it's not your choice, right? It's their choice of someone to hang out with.
Yeah.
And so you can be, kind of a little parenty judgmental, but at the same time, you don't know this one's going to stick around, and now you've laid out all your cards, so you got to kind of play them close to your vest, don't you?
Exactly. And I know a lot of parents that don't even want to meet anybody until the kids are serious about them. Especially in the Italian culture, don't bring them around.
Really?
Or European in general, don't bring them around unless you have good intentions.
I wish I'd gone that route.
Yeah.
I've met some idiots.
Yeah.
So
have I, thanks to Patrick.
Yeah.
I'm one of those idiots.
Oh my! Oh, something. No, and
It's true.
I'm sure it's the same with the son. But I mean, my beautiful daughter, and she walks in with this lunkhead, and I'm like, oh my god! And I can't. I've got to be. You
can only say so much,
Kind of be
right?
nice to him or whatever, and it's like,
I know.
and you can't say to her, "He's going nowhere." I can tell. I know.
Because if you do, then they'll date longer.
Exactly.
Well, you don't want exactly.
Say
You don't
nothing.
want-
and
Fight.
let
Let
it
us
work out
fight.
itself.
No.
She'll
Out of
figure it
spite.
out.
Yeah.
Must be pretty overwhelming to meet your extended family too. As you
It's
kind
gotta
of
be,
alluded to that, right? I mean, there's
Oh,
so many.
yeah.
Just trying to remember
Always.
names. Does everybody
Yeah.
wear name tags? Is that helpful at all? They all got.
Yeah, we should.
My name is Manolis. Let's talk to you about meeting parents.
Well, really,
because
yeah.
that'll be funny.
Because the worst part of meeting the parents, honestly, is getting over the hump of realizing that we went to high school together. So
That's so funny. And I thought that the first time I met you. You're not that far behind me.
that's why we flirt so much.
Oh, that is awesome, dude. Oh,
yeah. So once we get over that hump,
once we get over that,
things usually work out. But normally, my trick is the same trick I do
with the tricks again. Here we go.
Is when I do
Manolis
with
going to
girls.
spin some gold.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready? Listen. Let them get them talking, and then listen to everything they say. And then,
He's like trying to bed the parents.
yeah.
now.
Now pretend the parents are the ones you want to bang.
He always bangs the dad first, and then he's in.
Oh.
But usually,
my
I
goodness.
find if you just get along with the father, you're doing all right. It's really hard for me though, because usually if I don't know them from high school, there's that hump that's like, why you're 15 years older than my daughter. I don't see a future here.
I don't.
But the problem is, I'm like, I agree.
I know. You're like,
I'm with you,
terrible
dude.
for her. I don't know why she chose me.
I think we both should talk to her.
Yes, let's sit her down and have a good chat with her.
Both think this is a horrible idea.
I can't imagine if my daughter walks through the door with Manolis.
God.
Last girl I was dating, years ago, serious dating, her parents met at me once, and they're like, no. They say no. They're like, he can never come back again. Nothing bad happened, bro.
I get
she
it.
was like, I was like, at the time, I was like, I think I was 38, and she was like 26.
Right.
Right.
Which isn't really that. It's 12 years, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but in their minds,
Oh,
it's
it was
no,
like as a
what is this-
write-off.
what is-
No.
Who's this drifter?
Yes, exactly. In the Value Village underwear. All right, Patrick, meeting the parents.
I remember my first serious girlfriend in college. I did the over the top bring a bottle of wine and flowers for the mom.
All right, the impressive.
You were raised
yeah.
right.
Yes,
That's right.
good for you.
But now it's just you're not gonna like me.
There's no
No, they
chance.
like me. I don't know. I don't put too much thought into it.
It's
Be
just
myself.
By the time you do it, you've already
I'm always
started to
polite.
have a relationship with the person. So it's this should work out okay.
They
You're a
hear
nice
nice
kid.
things and they meet me and
Right.
I'm nice.
We have just a couple. Speaking of nice things, we have just a couple minutes left. Patrick, say something nice about your lovely mom here. About what a support she's been through this tragic time in your life.
You have nice glasses. No, my mom's been my biggest fan for everything my whole life.
That is awesome.
She started a scrapbook for me when I was in high school because that's when I started doing I started doing film stuff and I started getting mentioned in the newspaper and I was winning contests. So she started collecting all that stuff and then into my stand-up career.
Yeah.
And it's been this huge thing. My sister for sure has some sort of complex now.
She's got one too.
No. The closest thing my sister has to a scrapbook is her wedding album.
Right.
If
That's
she
her
did,
scrapbook.
I swear she got married so that my mom has something
Something.
to be proud of.
Kathy, you got a wonderfully creative son there, and he's an awesome part of this show, and we appreciate you being a part of our show. So thank you so much for doing this. Have a wonderful
you.
Mother's Day.
Thank you very
You
much.
deserve it.
Thank you.
Having to live with
I'll
this
probably
kid
be
all
at
these
Levity Comedy Club and Lounge.
Oh,
Let's go.
you got a train to plug.
No, but she actually
I'm there every
she's
week.
there. She checks out at least one of the shows every weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she brings the
And bring them cookies,
she brings
too.
them cookies.
No, I get the wonderful
Yep,
cookies I'm
yep.
going to enjoy later.
She told me to put hooks in the bathroom. I did it.
That's right. Yes, I
Oh.
noticed that this weekend. Thank you, Manolis.
This is the
Much
whole
needed.
the Levity Comedy Club team. Kathy Mercanti, thank you so much for being part of Friday at 420. We
Thank
appreciate it, and enjoy your Mother's Day. Manolis Zontanos, how do we follow you on social media, bro?
Always Manolis Zontanos, or I'll be at Levity on Wednesdays doing jokes. And check out my buddy's podcast, Ari Shafir, Skeptic Tank, right?
Skeptic Tank?
Tank. Ari
With Ari Shafir.
Shafir. He's an amazing comedian.
Okay.
Me and
He's
Pat
hilarious.
both have been on his podcast.
Excellent. And Patrick Coppolino, Levity Comedy Club and Lounge. You're there Wednesday nights with Manolis. Friday and Saturday nights is pro shows.
Yep.
Monday night's trivia night. Go to levitycomedyclub.com to find out more about showtimes, tickets, all that kind of stuff. How do we follow you on social media, Patrick?
It's at Levity Comedy Club.
At Levity Comedy Club, Patrick Coppolino, Manolis Zontanos, Cathy Mercanti, our special guest. Thank you so much for tuning in to this Mother's Day edition of Friday at 420. Until we get a chance to talk to you again in 7 days, have an awesome weekend.